Hey guys, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you unlocked your phone using Face ID? You scrolled Instagram reels and thought, how does this app know exactly what I want to watch? That is artificial intelligence. It is working silently for you in the background. Hi everyone, I am Tirtha Sarathi. In today's video, I am going to give you a clear, realistic step-by-step roadmap to becoming an AI engineer. So if you are a student or a fresher or even a working professional and looking for career in the field of AI, then this video will be for you. If you look at our day-to-day lives, AI is not something futuristic anymore. Social media applications like Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, the content that recommended to us is done with the help of AI. If we talk about finance-based applications like PhonePe, GPay, Paytm, where UPI transactions are happening, there is a fraud detection occurring in the background with the help of AI. If we look at Google Maps, Uber or Ola, there is a path recommendations and traffic predictions happening with the help of AI. In today's world, if you want to receive even a simple small email, it has likely already been classified as a spam or non-spam through AI. Artificial intelligence today is an integral part of our everyday life. Even though AI is more popular just because of tools like ChatGPT and Gemini, AI is something that has been existed for many years from now. In today's sessions, we are going to explicitly talk about how we can create a career in the field of AI as an AI engineer, irrespective of our background, whether we come from an IT background or a non-IT background. In today's sessions, we will talk about what exactly is an AI engineer, what is the step-by-step process to becoming an AI engineer, and what are some great projects that we can add to our resume to strengthen our profiles. So let's come first about the definition of an AI engineer. Let's start by understanding what exactly is an AI engineer, how an AI engineer is different from a software engineer. AI engineer is a broad term which basically means any engineer who works to design, develop and deploy any AI system or AI component. Now, every company has a slightly different definition of what exactly an AI engineer is, but in broad terms, just as a software engineer's job is to work with front-end, back-end and database, an AI engineer's job is to work with AI, ML and data. In many companies, AI engineers also handle back-end development. In a way, AI engineer is a kind in the middle of being a software engineer and a full-blown data scientist. Whenever you heard buzzwords in the industry like AI, ML, GenAI, deep learning, some individuals may think that AI is very easy field to enter and maybe there is quick money. But in reality, everything we will discuss today will take more than 6 to 8 months of dedicated time to learn. We expect 3 to 4 hours of daily study to learn concepts and build projects. This is not an easy field to enter just to make some quick money. It requires a lot of consistency. Furthermore, there is an evolving field. If you are coming here, you need to move forward with a learning mindset. In today's sessions, we will not talk about anything artificial or superficial, like how to get a 40 to 50 lakhs of package in 3 to 4 hours of using prompt engineering. In today's sessions, we will talk about specifically about the skills that is required to establish a respected and recognized job in the field of AI. Every AI engineer needs 3 strong fundamentals, and we are going to start our journey by learning these 3 fundamental concepts: mathematics, Python and code DSA. As an AI engineer, we have to study many machine learning and deep learning algorithms. But before those algorithms actually make sense, it is very important for us to understand the fundamental. Let's break them down. First is mathematical foundation. When we will talk about machine learning models, a lot of data is used. All of those data is stored in the form of vectors and matrices. In fact, most of the machine learning algorithms use many concepts from probability and calculus. In math, our linear algebra, calculus, probability and discrete mathematics should be strong. You don't need to be a PhD level mathematicians, but you need to understand core concepts clearly to not to feel lost. Second, Python or programming fundamentals. In the field of artificial intelligence, Python is one of the most popular language, and I suggest you to start your machine learning journey with this language. Learning Python means learning core concepts like syntax, how variable works, conditionals, loops, function, and how object-oriented programming works in Python. And the third fundamental that we need to study is DSA, which is data structure and algorithm. Now, we don't need to study a deep advanced level DSA. We can study up to a medium level. That will be enough for us. We need to focus more on core concepts like arrays, linked list, stacks, queues, and trees. These concepts help to understand algorithm better, and along with that, our fundamental knowledge of coding will also increase. Plus, it will give us an edge in the interview because many companies expect DSA from us. Now, the next step is learning about data science, and this is a step where we will spend the majority of our time and focus. Within data science, there are many sub-steps and important things that we will learn one by one. And these steps are dealing with data, machine learning, deep learning, LLMs. The first thing is dealing with data. Data is one of the most important things in today's world, and AI is entirely based on data. Therefore, we should have a good knowledge of how to clean our data sets and how to pre-process our data. Basically, how to create a data pipeline. For that, We can use datasets from platforms like Kaggle or various open source APIs. And this is the part where we will start using Python libraries. Whenever we talk about data science or AI, Python libraries plays a very important role. We will start by exploring libraries like NumPy, Pandas and OpenCV. And for visualization, we are going to pick Matplotlib and Seaborn. The second step is data science, is learning about machine learning. Machine learning broadly has three categories. One is supervised, second is unsupervised, and the third is reinforcement learning. In machine learning, the majority of the work we do is basically recommendations or predictions. Means looking at the past data to see what predictions can we make about the future and how accurately we can make them using multiple different algorithms. Within that supervised algorithm, we deal with level data. For example, if I want to build an email classifier that check emails that are spam or non-spam, we'll use supervised learning. An example of unsupervised learning can be customer segmentation. For example, if a bank has data on thousands of customers regarding their income and spending habits, without any prior labels, the model can analyze the patterns to group them. It might discover a group of high income, low spenders, and another group can be young and high spenders. Even though we do not tell the model what to look for inside the data, but the algorithm find hidden structure inside the data on its own. The third thing is reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is very similar to train a dog. Just like when we train a pet dog at home, we give it treats when it obeys us. Similarly, reinforcement learning work in penalty and reward systems. Basically, if our algorithm predicts something correctly, we feed it rewards. We feed them some positive value. And whereas if it gives us a wrong output, we feed it something negative, which is penalty value. Now, a classical example of reinforcement learning is self-driving cars. So a lot of reinforcement learning is used inside self-driving cars. If we talk about the majority of the AI application used today, they are either supervised or unsupervised learning. So to summarize machine learning, there are many different algorithms like regression algorithm, classification algorithm, decision trees algorithm, SVM, support vector machine, clustering, or reinforcement learning that we will learn. And here we will start using libraries like scikit-learn. Now the third thing that we are going to learn about is deep learning. In deep learning, we basically study neural networks and their architectures. And this is the exact point where we are going to unlock our super AI powers. Here we will study different types of neural networks, including simplest one like NNNs, artificial neural networks, CNNs, convolutional neural networks, RNNs, recurrent neural networks, and GANs, generative adversarial networks. Along with of these, we should have an idea of various concepts like what backpropagation is, what forward propagation is. The fourth thing that we are going to study is LLMs. LLMs, which are large language models, are very popular today just because whenever we use ChatGPT, Gemini, or tools like llamas, these are basically classical example of what LLMs are. Therefore, studying how LLMs are built is very important because one of the most popular use cases of artificial intelligence. Now, whenever we talk about LLMs, remember one thing, that they are a mix of NLP and GenAI. NLP stands for natural language processing, in which we basically process human language. A very classical example of this would be sentiment analysis. NLP is a specific field of AI within multiple algorithms. For instance, in sentiment analysis, we analyze speech to see which words evoke which statement. Along with that, we have Gen AI, which is generative AI. With the help of generative AI, we generate content. Now, this content could be textual content, this could be pictures, videos, or even sound. Here, we basically need to learn how all our LLMs are built and how we can build our own LLMs, at least theoretically. There are many things that we don't need to know in depth as an AI engineer. However, it is essential to have a solid understanding of core concepts and an overview of these fields. If you want to become a data scientist, we will need to study of these core algorithms and implementations and theory in detail. Beyond learning concepts, building real-world projects is crucial for an AI engineer profile. Without projects, we cannot demonstrate our skill on resume or profiles. To showcase our skills, we need proof of work through quality of project. You don't have to learn all theoretical concepts before you starting the project. You can build projects as you learn machine learning and deep learning. As your understanding grows, you can increase the complexity of your projects. A resume should include 3 to 4 significant projects, which should be deployed and have their code on GitHub. For project ideas, you can refer to research papers or focus on industry-specific projects. Major industries with AI/ML jobs include like finance, entertainment, healthcare, and e-commerce. For instance, in finance projects, you can make projects with involve like low risk analysis or fraud detections. In healthcare, it could be health monitoring or drug discovery. You can pick datasets from Kaggle. Creating projects for different industries can make your profile more impressive when you applying to a specific companies, like finance project for PhonePe, Paytm or Grow. Building these projects make you eligible for internship. For freshers, prior internship experience significantly increase selections of chances. You can find internship through hackathons or by applying direct to companies. While learning data science, machine learning and deep learning, we will use libraries like scikit-learn, Keras, PyTorch, TensorFlow. PyTorch is more academically focused, while TensorFlow is industry focused. For beginners, starting with PyTorch is a good option as it's more beginner friendly. Then moving to TensorFlow for project deployment. Some starting projects idea may include like movie recommendation system or fashion recommendation system, fake news or bot detection, text summarization tool or art generator, etc. In summary, consistency and projects are vital in this field. Keep your skills hands-on and showcase them in your resume and profile. At the end, I hope today's session will be helpful for your AI engineering journey. If you would like to specific tutorial or session on another topic, let me know in the comment section. See you all in the next video.